So what is the 14 console challenge? It's where I pick 14 consoles that I own and then pick a game from each console that I own, hopefully, preferably, to beat. That way I can work on my backlog and get through some games that I might not otherwise. And often I'm trying to beat games that I've already started because it's a good way to go back and finish those. It's like, all right, these are what I have in mind, but none of the games are locked in. I can change any of the games. I can change the consoles at any point that I want. If I'm not enjoying a game, if I'm getting tired of it, for whatever reason, I can just change games on that console or a different console entirely. Nothing is locked in. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a way to go and break through being stuck on a particular system or particular genre. Or, it's supposed to be fun. So pick what I want and play it. And for this year, we've got, starting off, Demon Sword on the NES. I picked this up mainly because I liked the look of the cart. I've played it a little bit, not a ton, but so Demon Sword on the NES. Following Demon Sword is Submarine Tack for the Sega Master System. This is a fun shooter. I've played through, I think, 3 or 4 of the levels, and there's only 6. So this one, hopefully 2-3 hours, and I'll be able to get through it. It's already February, and I haven't beat any games, so already getting behind. The Submarine Tack for the Master System. If you haven't played it, I'd suggest you give it a shot. If you like shooters, it's nice, it's colorful, interesting bosses from what I've seen. So that's my Master System pick. On to the Genesis. Mystic Defender. It is a sequel to Spellcaster on the Master System. I've played through it some. I think I got a few levels into it. That was 2 or 3 years ago, but I'd like to go back and finish it. So this one gets my vote, Mystic Defender. On the 32X, we've got Metalhead. Don't know what this game is, so we'll find out as we go. But picked it up last year at Southeast Game Exchange, and beat Cosmic Carnage last year, so get through Metalhead, and we'll have another one down from Sigi from last year. On the Nintendo 64, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. I'm not sure exactly where I am on this game. I think I made it to the train, and I got stuck there. Maybe I got past it, I don't know. But I'll find out when I go back to try and finish it. And then on the Sega Dreamcast, we've got Vigilante 8 Second Offense. I'm trying to go through and beat all of the arcade mode. I worked on it some last year. I think I'm about halfway through with everybody. So this one's fun. It's a fun just run around, shoot stuff, collect the objects, upgrade your vehicle a little bit as you're playing, and hopefully you get good enough to survive and beat up the bad guys. Next up is Castle of Illusion on the Game Gear. I've beat the Master System version. I've beat the Genesis version. But I'd really like to play through this one, and then possibly, if I have time, go through Legend or Land and then Legend of Illusion. So go through the Illusion series would be kind of neat on the Game Gear. Then for the Game Boy, we've got Star Wars Yoda Stories. I played this on the computer back in the day. I think it was only a demo, but I like to get through it and see what it's like. I remember it being kind of fun. Game Boy Advance. For the Game Boy Advance, I've got Lego Bionicle. I picked this up last year, the year before. It's an action game. Maybe there's some adventure in it. I don't know. But I've been on a bit of a Lego kick lately, and I really liked Bionicle back in the day, so I'd love to go back and play through this one, and maybe one day perhaps go back through the Game Gear, not the Game Gear, go back and play through the GameCube version. But I've got a couple alternates already for it. I've got Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance, and then Fantastic Four Flame On for the Game Boy Advance. Both of those are alternates, so at any point, if Bionicle's getting irritating and I want to just keep playing something on the Game Boy Advance, I've got 2 games I can already slot in. Alright, so the final 5 games. Baten Kaitos Origins for the GameCube. I haven't made it past Disc 1. I was in some wind caves. I loaded up last year. I was going to try to work on it, but I needed to work on the other games for the console challenge. But this is one I'd like to finally finish. I've restarted it 3 times at least. This is the farthest I've made it, so maybe this is the year. We'll see. RPGs aren't big on my list to get done because they take so much time, but I'd really like to get that one finished. I like the battle system. It's pretty cool. On the Wii, we've got Fling Smash. It was a pack-in with the Wii Motion Plus controller, where you're the little guy and you basically are flinging and flailing the Wiimote around, trying to smack this little guy into the bricks and stuff to break him, or whatever the object is for that round. You know, smack him into the boss. You know, whatever. But it's been fun. What I played of it. Time to get this one finished up and mark it off of the backlog. On the Wii U, got Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. I want to see how the integration with the gamepad works, so I'd like to play through this one. And the Arkham games were a lot of fun for that generation. So, get through this one. Then I can be Batman. I'm Batman. I am vengeance. Or not. On the 360, we've got Vanquish. I started this one up. It's a fun little fast-paced shooter, but it has some tough parts. I don't remember how far I got into it. I don't remember if I was playing on the 360 or the PC, but I like to get through and beat this one this year. And then the final one, which is one I'm already working on, is Cathedral. I've streamed it the last 2 Saturdays, I think, 2 or 3 Saturdays. Making progress in it. I don't know how much more we've got, but I've had a lot of fun with it. It's a fun Metroidvania. You take a lot of damage, so be careful. Don't get hit. Makes the boss fights kind of hard, but you know, most everything you figure out a pattern and you keep going. You get your stuff. You find your item. It unlocks the next area or an area you'd been to previously but couldn't get through a certain part. But that's the 14 games I have chosen so far for the 14 console challenge. 14 console challenge. Yeah. Hopefully I can get through all 14 before the end of the year. And if I am behind, like I did last year, I'll probably speed things up and swap games around. So, you know, Batten Kaitos Origins might just go floop, and I'll pick up another GameCube game, maybe the Bionicle game. Maybe the Bionicle game. It'll probably be 4 or 5 hours, something around that. So instead of spending 40 hours trying to finish Batten Kaitos Origins, it might become Bionicle. Actually, I think I need to clear a spot so I can stick them all over there. What would you choose for your console challenge? Consoles and games. Put them down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun jazz stuff you're supposed to do with this fancy YouTube shenanigans. Oh. Everybody take care, have fun, be kind of one another, stay safe, keep retro, God bless, and we'll catch you next time. Keep it retro. This was a pack-in with the Wii Motion Plus. It was a pack-in with the me, not me, you. I wonder if I can. Demon Sword would have to be backwards. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz.